carried in bulk form, bulk, huge tons we carry together. So, what is the nature of this cargo? Is it is in the form of loose form. For example, that is paddy, wheat, pulses, grains. So all this minerals, right? All this is not packed. All this is it is being kept in a loose form. So we carry all this in a bulk carrier. So that is what we call it as dry bulk cargos. Even the some form of this coal, all this is lead, all this is carried in an it is a loose cargo we carry as it is. We can see all this in seaports like Thoothukudi, um, Chennai, even some part of Vizag. They all handle these kind of cargoes in a huge way. What is the risk involved in this? So there is high chances of damage of the cargo, damage to the goods during the transit, because the cargo is not being packed and it's not safe. It is being kept in a loose form. So the humidity, the weather, the rain, the ocean water, all this may create damages to the product. So, and at the same time, I have already told you what is this free space effect. So, cargo is being stored in a considerable form where there is some free space on the deck. So, due to that effect, due to that, the moisture is being created, and it creates the problem, or it spoils the cargo which is kept inside it. So, that is what free space effect. So this is what the huge risk which we have in dry bulk carriages. And what kind of vessel can be used to carry this dry bulk? We use this dry bulk carriers, or we call it as OBO carriers. So oil and bulk ore carriers. So oil, in the sense, it is a liquid cargo, and bulk ore carriers. So we have OBO carriers where it carries oil and bulk. So bulk ores can also be carried through this because they have the necessary facilities for carrying a loose cargo. So we can choose this type of vessel to carry this dry bulk cargoes. And this cargo has to be carried by properly having netting system inside the cargo, inside the deck, and some longitudinal divisions, as I said already, in carriage of these cars and vehicles. Longitudinal divisions also must be built in order to reduce this transverse motion. So when all this is done, the cargo can be carried safely from place to place. And the seventh kind of cargo is liquid bulk cargo. So we all know that it is liquid form of cargo carried in bulk, right? So what is this? It is in the form of gas. It is in the form of fertilizers, etc., etc. All this is carried in a liquid form. Even petrols, crude oils, all this is liquid cargo. So always this liquid cargoes are carried in bulk form. As we all know, one of the major imports of our country is crude oils, where we import it from oil exporting countries, and this is one of the basic essential item. So every day we are importing a huge amount of liquid bulk cargoes from various parts of the country world. So, what is the risk involved in this? The risk involved is mm, highly flammable. It destroys the entire vessel, problem of leakage, spoilage, and high risks with respect to the crew members. For entire the team will get disturbed if it is not being properly carried. So the type of vessel which we can use is tankers, VLCC, and ULCC. So tankers, we all know that it is a tank form of thing which is being designed accordingly. And here the ship is actually in the form of the shape of the ship only, but that is the material which they use to manufacture that ship. It is having some content to protect this liquid bulk cargoes. Excuse me. So, tankers are being can be selected to carry this liquid bulk cargo safely. And what is this ULCC and VLCC? This is again the same tankers only, but according to its capacity of carrying, we call them as VLCC. That is very large crude carriers and ultra large crude carriers. So based on the capacities, we divide them as VLCC and ULCC. So here how it can be carried safely? It can be carried through double shielded or double shelled and double bottomed vessels. It is absolutely according to the nature of the deck of the vessel. So which makes sense that how safely the liquid bulk cargo can be carried. Finally, it is chemicals, hazardous and toxic products. So we all very well know that if it is hazardous and toxic products, its nature itself it says that the product is highly of dangerous nature or risky nature. So what is its nature? It might be in the form of liquid, solid or gas. What is what why what kind of product is this? It is a fertilizer, it may be a pesticide or some pharma related product or any materials which is used for the factory purpose, furnace purpose. So we use these kind of materials. Of course, we import lot of this chemicals, fertilizers from various countries. And what is the risk involved in this? There is a lot of the risk involved in the form of fumes, in the form of rusting because of the nature of the chemical. It may create rusts and corrosion, runoffs, leakages, contamination of the cargo, the nature of its cargo which get contaminated, and these are all the different severe challenges which we have in carrying this kind of cargo. And the type of vessel which we can use is we can use a bulk carrier to carry, and at the same time this cargo must or this vessel must have this HVAC system which I already mentioned. It is heating, ventilation and air controlled system. So that is what HVAC enabled carriers. So if it is there, then the cargo can be carried safely. So these are all the different types of cargo, and how this cargo can be carried safely is being discussed so far.